Hi, I'm Sandy Walden of Serenity, your grief coach. You can find me at www.sandywalden.com. I'd like to talk to you about the very beginning of grief, or at least my experience. Now, I've lost many people. I've certainly had many experiences in my life that hurt deeply and brought on grief. My most profound experience was when I found out that my youngest son, Mike, had ended his own life. At the time of this recording, it's a little over 9 years ago. Mike was only 23 years old. I remember sitting in my kitchen with my husband, 4 o'clock in the morning, while two sheriff's deputies were telling us what had been discovered, that Mike had died by his own hand. These men were amazingly patient, compassionate, and kind. I will forever be grateful. While I think about that, I realize how it seemed my world had stopped. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do next. I realized tears were streaming down my face, as well as my husband's. At the same time, we were trying to comfort one another and be polite to these amazing gentlemen in our kitchen. It's strange, isn't it? But this is how we operated. We went through the day very, very carefully, and I could almost tell you moment by moment, even all these years later, as we called one son and we waited for the other one to come into town. But I remember something very profoundly. Again and again, we would sit next to one another, or we'd stand next to one another, and we'd express something along the lines of, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be thinking now. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be feeling. What do I say? What do I do? Now, many years later, I've come to realize this is really a normal reaction. When you're plunged into grief, you're in shock. There might be books that tell us these are the rules. Perhaps there's an expert that says this is what it'll look like. This is what it'll feel like. I'm here to say, please be kind and gentle with yourself. If anybody gives you advice, take what feels right to you and breathe through it. Slowly and patiently. Be kind to yourself. There are no rules. You're the only one who determines what's right for you. You don't know in that moment, and that's all right. All you have to do in the very beginning is breathe in and breathe out. I assure you, it's enough. In the days to come, we're going to talk about some other aspects of grief, what you might expect, what you might experience. But what I want you to really notice here is that I'm using the word might. There are no hard and fasts about any of this. And my goodness, I learned that when I lost my son. I was told by so many people, this is what you need to expect. Your family will squabble. Relationships will fall apart. It didn't happen for us. It does for many. It didn't for us. I was told by some, you'll never get over this. Your family will be destroyed. That was not our truth either, but it might be for someone else. What I want you to know, above all, is that healing can and will happen. Not all at once, a little at a time, one heartbeat at a time. And after you continue walking this path, what I want you to know more than anything else is that as the healing happens, the love continues. I love my son as much today as I did the day he was born and every one of those days of his 23 years. And because there's been so much healing work, I celebrate Mike. I always did, but I can do it more fully now, joyfully, with the laughter that was so much a part of Mike's life. Join me, and we will walk this healing path together, through grief into healing. If you're ready for your free consultation, please find me at my website at www.sandywalden.com. I look forward to talking to you soon. Namaste.